Hey guys, what's up? This is Mark the Shark, and right now, I want to talk about another Cobra Kai video, and basically, it's another video about the third season, and I just looked it up in the Karate Kid fandom that we're probably gonna get another another discovered they put down another plot that's totally gonna happen. Like I could totally see this plot happening in season 3, and the plot is they're gonna show Johnny being torn between helping the boy who believed in him and the son he failed, which is obviously Miguel and Robbie. Yeah, because Miguel always believed in him from the beginning. Because Miguel was Johnny's first student, and he always believed in Johnny. He even encouraged Johnny to opening up Cobra Kai in the first place. Yeah, and Robbie, Johnny was never there for Robbie when he was growing up. Like he wasn't even there. He didn't even show up for Robbie's birth. We got that in the third season of. Uh, we got that in the third season of season 2, and that scene he had with Miguel, talking about Robbie, because in the end of the previous episode, Miguel found out that Robbie was Johnny's son, and we get I guess he still hates Robbie, even though even after finding out that he's Johnny's son. I always thought he'd stop hating him, because if he kept beating on his son, Johnny would hate him, and Miguel doesn't want the man his own sensei to hate him, because he still believes in him. And I think there's a good chance Miguel will still believe in Johnny even when he recovers, because Johnny's been nothing but a father figure to him, and everyone needs a father figure in their lives, you know? Yeah, and that scene they have when they talk about Robbie, we get more info of how Johnny let Robbie down, especially at birth. Like he said, he failed his kid on his very first day in this world, and he failed him every day since. I guess he was basically just never there for Robbie, even for school stuff or soccer, because Robbie had Johnny had a picture of Robbie playing soccer, and that's the picture Miguel saw when he found out that he was Johnny's son. Yeah, it's crazy. So I think yeah, it basically said Johnny's gonna be torn between them, cause I could totally see that happening, cause like as we saw in the season 2 finale, Robbie just took off after he kicked Miguel off the railing and put him in the hospital. It's crazy. Clearly, you can see that Robbie didn't mean to do what he did, because you can see the look on his face, when showing that he never meant to hurt Miguel that bad. He didn't mean to put him in the hospital. You can tell he never meant to do any of that. And when he realized what he did, he knew he was gonna be in big trouble. And anyone could have done what he did. Well, maybe some people like respectable people, I'm not saying like some people would just turn themselves in, but some people wouldn't really do that, because well, they don't want to go to jail. No one wants to go to jail. I could see John, I think why Robbie ran right after he kicked Miguel off. He was in a lot of trouble before, and he had something good going on. Kind of even after he didn't stay with the Larussos anymore. He had his dad, and he still had Sam though, and he realized after he kicked Miguel off, he'd be facing a whole lot of trouble again. So that's why he ran. And I think the only place he could go to now is to Johnny's place. He could trust Johnny, and they could both trust each other. But and I could totally see that happening. Johnny being torn. He's probably gonna even have to choose who he cares the most, who he wants to be with the most. Either Miguel or Robbie, because Miguel's basically the son Johnny never had, and Johnny already failed as a father, but he's getting a second chance. Like even when Robbie Johnny has been trying to make amends. Johnny has been trying to make amends with Robbie, especially throughout the first season. He clearly he cares about Robbie. He does care about him, but obviously still cares for him, like he always has. Like, what kind of father doesn't care about his son? Like, if like a bad father, but like even though like Johnny, like if Johnny was always there for Robbie, like we could tell like he would have been a great father. And clearly like he's the excellent figure for he's that excellent figure for Miguel. And yeah, like he's probably gonna have to choose, like especially like before, like while Miguel's still in the hospital, or even after he comes out of the hospital. I could totally see it happening. I really can. But and like maybe like when Miguel gets out of the hospital, like I think they're still gonna be good. I think like Miguel and Johnny, but clearly Miguel's gonna hear that Kreese is taking over Cobra Kai. Like he's probably still gonna be friends with Hawk and maybe some of the other students that turned against Johnny. Um, but I honestly don't think like Miguel and Tori are still gonna be okay because like Tori will still care for that. Like Miguel got out, like he shouldn't have gotten in the hospital in the first place. Like he'll still care, she'll still care about that, but like she'll still be mad at him for kissing Sam in the first place, thus causing her to start the school fight. But that I think like that'll cause like a bunch of fights between Miguel and Tori, and eventually they'll break up, and maybe like after that Hawk and Tori will start to date. Like I could see Hawk and Tori dating in season 3. Like because like they're both they both turned against Johnny, and they're both training with Kreese now, so I could totally see them. I could totally see Hawk and Tori dating. And the funny thing is, like, I know the actors that portrayed Hawk and Tori, like Jacob Bertrand and Peyton List, like they were in a movie before, like The Swap, and I'm not sure. Maybe they worked on a bunch of other like TV shows and movies together. I'm not so sure, but like the thing is, like I know they do know each other, and like they never really had any dialogue, like any interactions between the two of them. Like they both didn't really say talk to each other, didn't say any words to each other. We might have gone in like maybe some off-screen conversations between the two of them, but like clearly like we can, even though they didn't really have any conversations, we can still tell like they're still good. They're friends. But I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit off topic. Like this video is oh sorry. This video is like me basically focusing on how torn Johnny will be in season 3, because like clearly Johnny will be a freaking mess in season 3. Obviously, since he lost, like Kreese took Cobra Kai from him. Um, his the son, like the kid, like the kid that was always like always believed in him since day one. Like he's in the hospital, and like he had a relationship with his mom, and like that's messed up. Like no, I'm not saying dating his mom's messed up. I'm saying like the relationship between Carmen and Johnny screwed up. Like she said, like he never wanted to see him again after um she blamed him for Miguel in the hospital, because like he was the one that taught Miguel how to fight in the first place. But yeah, like Carmen blamed him. All the Cobra Kai students blamed him. Kreese blamed him, and clearly Johnny blamed himself too. But deep down, I think some of you can say it was Johnny's fault that Miguel was in the hospital. I would say it, but like deep down, like technically it really wasn't. Like Robbie was the one who kicked him off, but I could see why you guys say it was Johnny's fault. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So he's but I think Johnny's basically just gonna go back to the way he was in season 1. Like he'll be an alcoholic, um, or like what you call a degenerate. Cause like the first episode of Cobra Kai, we see that like that was the first. That was the pilot episode, the Ace Degenerate. I think that has something to do with drinking, and that's what Johnny was like throughout the whole show, a degenerate. Basically an alcoholic. I think I'm not so sure. I'll look that up later. But anyway, yeah. So they even mentioned Johnny being a degenerate when they're first showing him the Karate Kid. Like like Tommy said like he was still the ace degenerate, and like Johnny like said no ex degenerate man, showing like hinting that he didn't want to be a degenerate anymore. But he wanted to start over in the beginning of the Karate Kid, like when he's first introduced. But after everything, like even after the tournament, like being choked and like life just went to shit for him. And now that he's basically lost everything, like he still has Robbie, like that'll be like the one good thing he has. Like a father needs his son. Like Johnny has been trying to make amends with him, and I think that'll be like one of few good things he'll still have, or maybe the only thing good thing he'll have. But the thing is, maybe Johnny doesn't have to choose. Cause like he clearly knows that Robbie and Miguel hate each other, but like here's the thing: Johnny doesn't have to choose. Like he can just still have both of them. Like Miguel's clearly gonna go back to where he lives, and like sooner or later he'll find out that Robbie is now living with Johnny, and like he'll probably try like to kill him since Robbie almost killed Miguel. Like I could see that happening, but Johnny will try to convince Miguel not to hurt him. Sorry, notification. Um, but like sooner or later, like maybe not in this season, or maybe even in the next season. Like I could see this happening at the end of the season. Maybe somehow, like Johnny will just talk to both Miguel and Robbie, and they'll try to convince each other like to find forgiveness. Cause like we know, like Johnny, like it looks like Johnny clearly forgave me, like Johnny clearly forgave Kreese when he thought like Kreese was a changed person. So clearly he'll talk about forgiveness with Miguel and Robbie because he obviously knows Miguel and Robbie hate each other, especially like when Robbie like kicked him off the Miguel off the railing. But maybe he'll just have a simple conversation between Miguel and Robbie, and it'll convince them not to hate each other anymore. And maybe like, oh sorry, maybe just maybe, sorry notification, maybe just maybe like Johnny can probably talk like book an appointment between the both of them, and they can talk about like how they hate each other, and like that person or maybe even Johnny can discuss how they can both move on from it, and how like they can put their differences aside and just like start being friends. Yeah. Like I don't want Miguel and Robbie to hate each other. Hell, I even ran a fan fiction of Miguel and Robbie being best friends, and I really liked it. Like in the fan fiction, Robbie joined Cobra Kai. Like basically like what if? Like if we saw in episode 5, I made a video about this in my on my old channel. Like, what if Robbie made amends with Robbie in episode 5 of the first season, Counterbalance? Like Robbie like was going to the strip mall, Cobra Kai strip mall, um, and he sees Johnny and Miguel hugging, and like he turns his back. But in the fan fiction, like Robbie Robbie like still like thinks he's like being over dramatic. Like he still goes to talk to Johnny, and he tells him that he wants to join Cobra Kai, and then he starts to live with Johnny, and he even changes his last name to Robbie Lawrence, and then Robbie and Miguel become best friends. Miguel and Sam are still together at the end of that fan fiction. Blah yada yada yada. Eli still becomes Hawk. Um, and a bunch of other things. A lot of things change too. Like Johnny's even okay with Daniel too. Like a lot could have happened. Like the entire show would have changed if Robbie joined Cobra Kai instead of Miyagi Do. Maybe I should make a video on that. Yeah, like I'll make a video on that. Really, but yeah, I just like I'm sorry. I'm always getting off topic. Like I was still talking about like Johnny being torn between Miguel and Robbie throughout season 3. Like I could totally see it happening, but it would be nice if Johnny did convince Miguel and Robbie to finally just break the ice and like forgive each other, both of them. And clearly, it's not going to be easy, but They should be brave enough to try. They really should. Um, we might not get it that season, but or maybe even the next season. But we know like Miguel and Robbie can't hate each other forever. Like they're basically they built like every rivalry that even like with Miguel, like even with Sam and Tori, they're basically just like different younger versions of the rivalry between Daniel and Johnny. But yeah, the thing is, like Daniel, like Johnny doesn't have to choose. Like he can still have them, but he's obviously still gonna have to talk between the two of them together to like finally just like let go of their hate and forgive each other. Eventually, like it's not gonna work at first, but eventually, maybe throughout some different seasons, it'll be even hard. Like it'll be even mature if Miguel can forgive Robbie, since Robbie did almost kill him. But yeah, I can see like Miguel and Robbie forgiving each other and finally becoming friends. Um, and with Johnny, with them, they could become even closer. They really can. Like I would love to see that. What do you guys think? Will Johnny be torn in season three? Um, will Johnny be torn in season three? Like, clearly he will, but he's gonna have to make a decision. But like, maybe he shouldn't. He doesn't have to. He can still have Miguel and Robbie. He just needs to talk to them so they can forgive each other. Like that basically just sums up the whole video. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think like Johnny will be really torn throughout the entire season? Um, will he have to? Do you guys think he'll have to choose between Miguel and Robbie, or do you think he'll just like talk to both of them and just convince them to forgive each other? Like, comment below what you guys think. Like, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. I really do. Yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you all in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I'll see you all real soon. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, Cobra Kai never dies.